Hey everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to attempt the Read to 5k challenge. I did this last year and it was so much fun. It was so motivating for reading so many books. I had such a good time. I think I read like 14 books in 2 weeks. So why not start the year off strong by doing it again? So the premise of this challenge is it's a reading version of the Couch to 5k. You have 14 days and you read a page goal each day, and by the end of the 14 days, if you've met all the goals, you will have read 5,000 pages. Day one, we have to read 200 pages. Now, what I realized last time I did this was it is good to get ahead of the pages in the first few days when it's like only 200, because by the end of it, we're gonna have to read 550 pages in one day. So if we're ahead, that gives us much more of a chance. So yeah, day one, 200 pages. And the book I'm going to read is called After Dark by Minka Kent. This is on my February TBR. This is a thriller. I don't really know anything about it. I love going into thrillers blind. If you're not new here, you know that saying well by now. I say it every time I talk about a thriller. But I do. I like going into it knowing nothing, because then I've got to figure out all the plot twists completely on my own. This book is under 300 pages. I think it's 200. Let's have a look actually before I just throw a random number out there. 284 pages. So the goal is 200, but honestly, I will probably read this whole book today. It is not even 10 a.m. and I don't have much to do today, so I've got a lot of time. So if we read the whole thing, we'll be 84 pages ahead on day one, which, like I said, it's good to get ahead in the first few days, because then you don't have to panic too much if you miss the goal on a day. Anyway, I've been talking for way too long. I'm gonna get reading After Dark by Minka Kent, and I will keep you updated as I go along. I'm super excited. This video will be spoiler free, of course. All my reading vlogs are spoiler free unless specifically stated otherwise. I don't think I've ever done a spoiler reading vlog before, so it's all spoiler free, don't worry. I'll see you when I've done some reading. So I just hit the 200 page goal for today. I am definitely going to finish After Dark. The plot twist, crazy unrealistic as usual, but if you're not new to this channel, you will know I've been reading Minka Kent books recently, and I go into them now knowing the plot twist won't make sense. It's going to be unrealistic, unpredictable, and as long as I know that going in, I'm okay with it and it's not disappointing. So I kind of knew it was going to happen. It was crazy, but you know what? We move on. I am definitely going to finish this. That's what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to get into bed because I'm not feeling great and read the rest of After Dark, and I'll let you know my final rating. I think it's around a 3 stars so far, but all could change in these last 80 pages. Hello and welcome to day 2. Yesterday I did end up finishing the book. I've already forgotten the name of it, which does not bode well. After Dark. I ended up rating it 3 stars. I liked a lot of it, but it was nothing new, nothing like out there, and like I said, I'd already forgotten the name. So while I did like a lot of it, it was nothing crazy, which means we are 84 pages ahead already, which, as I keep saying, is going to help us in the second week. Today's day 2, we have another 200 pages to read, and I'm currently making my way through The Stranger in Her House by John Marrs. This is another one on my February TBR, trying to make my way through that list. Maybe February will be the month I actually finish a whole TBR, who knows. So I'm reading it right now. I am liking it so far. I love John Marrs's writing and thrillers and plot twists, and just when you think, oh my gosh, this is the big twist, you realise you're only halfway through the book and there's so much more to come. Like I said, 200 pages to read today, but I think that's about 340 in the whole book. It is already, I'm already like over 100 pages in and it's only 9:30, so I think this is going to be another day where we read the whole book. I am really intrigued and I really want to see how this book plays out, because it is really good. That's all I really have to say at the moment. Ignore the hair. I had to get up and go to work and my hair was a mess, so it went in plaits. And now the plaits are a mess, so we're just going to restart again, and next time you see me, who knows what my hair will look like. but I am about to get some reading done and look after the dogs, have some cuddles with tired puppies. It is hours later and I ended up binge reading The Stranger in Our House in one sitting pretty much. So we're well over the 200 pages for today. In fact, it was 347 pages, which means we are already 231 pages ahead and we're on day 2. This book was a 3.5 stars. It was my least favourite from John Marrs, but it was still really, really good. However, I do think it went on a bit too long. Like, there were enough plot twists, it didn't feel dragged out, but I feel like we could have just ended the timeline a little bit earlier and ended the book a bit earlier. I did think the last plot twist was coming and I looked and we were only 50% in, if that makes any sense. So like, I enjoyed it until like maybe 75% and then I was like, okay, this feels like it should be done now. We already got more than I thought. At this point, we're just dragging it out kind of. So yeah, did really like it, was a bit too long. Tomorrow we have 250 pages to read. No clue what I'll be in the mood for then. We might switch it up because I've read nothing but thrillers for over a month now. So we might read something else. I think I've read all the thrillers on my TBR right now other than one, and I'm waiting for the audiobook. So we might read a book off my February TBR that's not a thriller, maybe a romance, maybe a fantasy, I don't know. You know what, we'll just see tomorrow. Don't know, I'm trying to figure out what mood I'll be in the future because only time will tell. Welcome to day 3. Let me find somewhere to actually put the camera down. I think this was the same angle I used yesterday. So today we have 250 pages to read and I'm very excited for the book we're going to be reading today. I'm going to switch it up. I've been reading thrillers for like a month back to back. So we're going to try something different, and we have Daydream by Hannah Grace. This was on my 25 books to read in 2025, one of my most anticipated releases. It's the 3rd book in the Maple Hills series. It's Henry's book. I'm so excited for Henry's book. I've wanted it since the first one. This also has a lot of neurodivergent representation. I don't think either of them have diagnoses, but I know in the author's note, the author talked about like that journey of getting a diagnosis and why she hasn't put it in the book and her own journey, and I just feel like this is going to have such good representation on both main characters. I think one of them has a lot of autistic traits and one's got a lot of ADHD traits. I obviously haven't read it, and like I said, they're not diagnosed. I'm no expert, but I am autistic myself and I do see myself in Henry from what I've seen, and from what the back sounds like, I see myself in Hallie as well. So I'm super excited to read this one. It's just over 400 pages. Like I said, we only have to read 250 today, but once again, you know, if it's really good, I have a lot of time on my hands, so we might end up reading the whole thing. The whole thing's 427 pages. And like I keep saying throughout this vlog, you're probably tired of hearing it, it's good to get ahead in the beginning because we've got multiple days where we've got to read 500 pages. So I'm going to get started with Daydream and I'll speak to you guys when I made a bit of progress. Welcome to day 4. I didn't end up updating you guys yesterday, but I ended up reading 253 pages of Daydream by Hannah Grace. So we still met the 250 page goal. I just didn't have time to film. That's all I have to say. I'm loving this book so much. It is so good. It is so sweet and loving, and just it makes my heart feel full of love. So today is actually my birthday, so we have 250 pages to read, but I don't know if you will hit that mark. But I also got books for my birthday, of course I did, so like maybe I'll end up reading one of them or something. But we have 179 pages left of Daydream, so that is the aim, is to finish this book, and then we'll have like, oh god, don't let me do maths this early, 71 pages of another book to read to hit the goal. So that is what I'm gonna do first, and I'll be back when I finish Daydream, I guess, and we'll talk rating. Right now this has 5-star potential. Like, it is so good and so much fun, but we'll soon see what I actually end up rating it. So I finished Daydream by Hannah Grace. I'm thinking 4.5 stars. This was so good, so sweet, so wholesome, so lovely, dealt with so many amazing and interesting topics. Only reason it's not 5 stars is just because I didn't get that 5-star feeling, and I wasn't absolutely obsessed and wanting to pick it up straight away every single second I had free spare time, but I really liked it. It was really, really good. And it was close to a 5-star. So next up, I'm going to read The Vacation by John Mars. We have 71 pages left today, and I tend to end on like the beginning of a new chapter, even if it goes over a few pages. But this one has a chapter that ends on literally page 71. So gonna read up until there today, and then tomorrow we have 300 pages to read, and I think there's like 400 pages left of the book. So we'll be reading The Vacation today and tomorrow as well. It's a thriller. I know nothing about it. I'm going in blind. I'm gonna have a good time, hopefully. That's all I have to update you on. Welcome to day 5. So yesterday I read the 71 remaining pages of The Vacation by John Mars. I'm enjoying it, but you can definitely tell it's one of his earlier books. There are like 5 different POVs already. Actually, I think we're up to 6. And also we're getting past and present timeline, and it's all different times in the past. So it's like one person you'll be getting 7 months, one person you'll be getting 2 years, one person you'll be getting 2 months, and it is really hard to keep up right now. I'm going to be so honest, but I am going to be reading it today, so hopefully I'll understand it more the more I read. Day 5's goal is 300 pages, and I have 404 pages left of The Vacation. So I will be reading at least 300 pages of it if it keeps me hooked, and if I have enough time, I'll just read the whole thing. Because like I keep saying, getting ahead is good. But that is all I really have to update you on. Let me show you the view right now. So we've got this doggy here, that one there, and this one here. So that's what I'm going to spend my day doing with The Vacation. Okay. I've read the 300 pages of The Vacation that I needed to for day 5. Absolutely hating this book. There's about 20 different points of view now, and we're getting everyone's background stories. It feels so irrelevant, and even if it does all come to something, there's so many different storylines. There's like, this should not have been one book because I can't keep up. However, we've got just like, I think it's like 104 pages left, and I just want this book to be done. I should have DNF'd it, but I've gotten too far now, so I am going to finish it today. It's not going to be higher than like a 2 stars. I'm not having a good time, which is why I haven't updated you at all, because I have nothing good to say about this book. But it is, what time is it? 4:40 p.m. I'm literally just going to listen to the last 100 or so pages and then be done with it. And I think tomorrow is day 6 is 300 pages again. So we'll pick up a new book. We will be done with The Vacation today just because I don't want to start tomorrow off still reading it. That's honestly my main motivation for actually finishing it. Welcome to day 6. So yesterday I ended up finishing The Vacation. I rated this book 1.5 stars. Should have DNF'd it, would have done if it wasn't for a video. The only reason it's not 1 star is because I saved my 1-star reviews on the Goodreads and stuff for books I have DNF'd, but I want to still track. Didn't like it at all. Didn't like any of it. Was so ready for it to be over by like the 20% mark, honestly. But we are now 338 pages ahead. And today for day 6 we've got another 300 pages to read, and I want to read Garnet Flats by Devney Perry. This is the 3rd book in the Eden series. It's an interconnected standalone series following different siblings getting their love stories. This is a second chance romance. I'm interested to see what happens, and I'm interested to get cameos of the couples from the first 2 books because I really like those 2 books. This book is 368 pages, so I think I'll just read the whole thing. There's no point saving 68 pages just for the sake of it, but I am super excited to see how this goes. I am about 100 pages away from finishing Garnet Flats. I'm enjoying this book so much. It's going so quick. It is so sweet and loving and so much fun, and I'm really excited to sit down and read the last 100 pages now in one sitting, and I'll be back to keep my rating. Definitely going to read the whole thing today. It is now day 7, so by the end of today's pages we will be halfway through. So yesterday I ended up finishing Garnet Flats by Daphne Perry and rated it 4 stars. This was so good. So of course today we're going to continue the series with Jasper Vale. This means we are 405 pages ahead of schedule and day 7's goal is 350 pages. Jasper Vale is 374 pages, so I think I'm just going to read this whole thing because there's no point leaving like a chapter at the end for the sake of the numbers. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't really have anything to say. This is Eloise's book. I'm so excited. It's like Accidental Marriage. I can't explain to you why because that would be spoilers, but it is one I am very excited for and really looking forward to. So that's what I'm gonna do with my evening. What time is it now? It's 4:15 and I have nothing left to do today, so I'll bang this out in a few hours. Easy stuff. These are really easy, quick, fun reads, so I won't have any trouble at all doing that. I am 199 pages into Jasper Vale. I will say this one is the spiciest so far. I have skipped over a couple scenes, just to be totally honest. But I'm not counting that as not reading a couple pages because it's not worth it, and I'm going to read the whole book anyway, even though it's longer than the page goal for the day. I'm liking it. I like the tropes in it. I think it's really fun. I'm going to spend the next couple hours finishing it. I have no clue what we're going to read after this because I don't know whether to continue the series or to break it up so the vlog is not just me reading like a bunch of series, the whole series all together back to back kind of thing. I don't know if that makes any sense what I just said, but it did to me. So anyway, gonna finish this. I'll be back to tell you my rating and then we'll probably switch it up genre wise or at least series wise for the next book. So I ended up finishing Jasper Vale by Daphne Perry. I'm gonna rate this one 3.5 stars. I really liked the story, but there were a few scenes that I skim read. It was a bit much and a bit like, I don't know, it didn't really fit like the rest of her books. I wasn't expecting it. I'm not really too sure how to explain. Nothing wrong with that, it just wasn't, it's not my cup of tea. I did really like the couple though, and I'm excited to read the last two, especially the next one, because I think it's got like murder mystery vibes like the first one, which I loved. This is where I'm gonna end this vlog. There'll be a part 2 uploaded soon with the second week, but it's gonna get a lot longer and this vlog, it will end up very long if I put the second half into, so I thought I'd split it into 2 shorter vlogs for you guys. I'm having so much fun. We've ended week 1 429 pages ahead. Oh my gosh, we are well on track. Part 2 is definitely going to be more chaotic because we've got like over 500 pages to read on multiple days, so stay tuned for that. If you want to see that, please click the notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload. But yeah, we've read 2,279 pages this week, which means we've got just under 3,000 to read next week. That is all from me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more from me, please be sure to like and subscribe as I post new videos every single week. I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you in another video. Bye!